It's been a while since I made a video, but I've been, you know, I've been listening to a lot of people. Not really listening, but I've been reading what a lot of people are saying, and I hear a lot of people talking about how, oh, I'm making this, I'm making that, I'm leveraging this much of my account, I'm leveraging that much of my account, and I know for a fact that these people are very new to trading, and they do not have the experience to be leveraging any money, let alone a certain percentage of their account value. There's no world in which they're ready for this. Now, let me open this chart. This is the 5-minute first buy, but I'm going to open it to the daily here. So let's put some SMAs on this real quick. Here we go. Just helps keep me on track. Okay, so here's the problem. People are joining trading around here and then saying, wow, isn't this so easy? It's like, okay. I mean, yeah, it has been easy for the last couple months. November, December, January. Yeah, I mean, it's generally going up. So, what do you have when the market generally goes up? It's pretty easy trading. If here's this day when we dipped, or not dipped, but like went a little bit above the 100 SMA. I started getting pretty aggressively long, and I did very well throughout here. But you know what? I also did well here. I also did well here. I did well here as well. August was a bit of a, we don't really want to talk about August, but I did well in June, July. You know, I made money last year. So, and here's what the beginning of that year looked like. I mean, it wasn't good. I know this is kind of misleading, but it was chop, 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 chop. I made money. But I've been doing this close to 4 years now. If you've been doing this for 3 months and you're risking big dollars, you're asking for something awful to happen. You need to understand the only people that I've seen succeed in this have a certain level of experience. Even, fuck the community I'm in. You go on Reddit and you go to the day trading Reddit, and there will be people who ask questions like, is there anyone even profitable here? And let's just take these comments at face value. Let's not think, oh, maybe this person's lying. Let's not think about any of that. Let's just take the comments at face value. I've read comments that say things like, yes, I've been doing this for 11 years and I'm blessed to be successful. Yes, I've been doing it for 7 years. Yes, I've been doing it for 6 years. You never hear someone say, "Yep, it's my first year, and I'm kicking ass." Or whatever you do, you typically see something awful happen to them. And I've seen it so many times. And I'm sure there's going to be someone even who watches this video who says, "Yeah, that was me. That happened to me. I started trading. I really thought I knew what I was doing, and I lost a ton of money." Let me pull up the weekly chart here so I can just demonstrate something. So let's see. This is 2022. So I started trading in 2020. So around here is when I started trading. April of 2020. Let me explain my entire career in trading. So I started trading in April, or not trading, trading in April of 2020. Was I ready? No, absolutely not. I wasn't ready, but I did. Why did I make money my first year? I made money my first year because I was lucky that we were in an extreme recovery from a drop from COVID and into a roaring bull market because rates were like zero. And it was pretty crazy. So there was a lot of money to be made, and it was easy to get it. And I basically just copied this. Someone recommended to me, hey, look at this system, just copy it, just try it out, whatever. And I said, okay, I'll try that. And I did, and it worked. I made money. That was complete luck. Complete luck. Then we go into where's 2021? 2021, the beginning of 2021, I realized when, it wasn't this type of movement. You can see we've got I started in April, but you can see how aggressive this move is here. We closed April 13th. This is the weekly chart, remember, at 286.64, and by August we were at 350. I mean, it's an incredibly aggressive move. Incredibly aggressive. So, of course, if you're only taking longs, which I was only taking longs, I didn't short anything. I only took longs. If you're only taking longs, of course you're going to kick ass, and I did. But coming into 2021, you can see some of these red bars, some of these pullbacks. Now, the method I was using was such that it didn't account for things like that. And, I wasn't even using a buy here, but if I did, I would have been completely broke. But so I realized in early 2021 that the method I was using would only work in a bull market. I realized that because when I saw what happened when the market wasn't going up every day, I said to myself, oh my God, this is not what I thought it was. This is not going to be successful. I need to find a better way. So, it took me 6 months of searching, but I did find what I use today. I've said it before. It's if you look up One Option online, that's the group that I learned from. That works in any market condition, but it took me a long time to learn it. Now, I was dumb. What I should have done is I should have kept working a normal job and done this on the side and done it on paper. I did not. I got lucky again in 2021. I made money only because I joined that group. I would have lost money if I hadn't have joined that group. But I made money just because I did and because of the market. I mean, look at it. It's just straight up basically. Not as aggressive as here. So it was a little bit tougher, but still, I mean, based on how I see the market now, like my ability now, I mean, this is a joke to trade. But regardless, 2022 was hell. 2022 started a bear market, and especially early on with the volatility, this actually was very, very profitable for those that I was learning from who knew how to trade. They were able to take advantage of this volatility and make a ton of money. I didn't know shit. I was a fucking idiot. I lost so much money here. I mean, I still have not recovered all the money I lost in 2022. It was brutal. It was so fucking brutal. Then 2023 comes. I did a lot better into 2023, and I only really had one bad month, which was August, and I have been profitable every single month since then. And we're in now 2024, obviously. I've seen a lot of market conditions now. If you're coming into here, or if you're coming into trading, I should say, around late October, November of 2023, you have not really experienced a bear market. Now, do I think this is a bull market currently in the way that 2021 was a bull market? No. Technically speaking, of course, this is a bull market. But I mean, just look at the candles, right? This is 2021. This is a weekly chart again. But look at these candles. Look how big these are. And look how small these are here. This is late October to now. These candles are pretty tiny compared to these over here. So that tells you that the aggression to the upside is not as great as here. And I mean, you can see the price. We went from 306, a steady stream, to 473. I mean, what? That's mind-boggling. Now we're finally at 487, new all-time high. We just set it, I think, last week, maybe this week. I don't know. But the point is, you think you're ready. I promise you, you're not. The reason being is, okay, market's up, market's up. What if it decides, okay, we want to do a little test of the 50 SMA? Are you ready for that? Do you know how to short? A lot of people, myself included when I started, thought, well, going short is just the same as going long, just opposite. Not really. It's different intensity. The moves happen quicker. There can be violent reversals sometimes. And also, within all of that, in my opinion, if you don't know how to read the market from a day to day, like if you can't read the market day to day and be like, okay, based on the market doing this today, I think this is going to happen for the rest of the day, and I'm going to go long this stock and this stock because they've held up, better than the market, or they're moving better than the market, and the market should support that move, and I can be confident of that within the next 3 days. If you can't know that, like with a certain level of certainty, you're not ready for this shit. Like, you know, someone was saying to me that they they saw someone talking about how they don't care that we recommend to do paper trading first. They're just going to do real money. And then now they're asking, "Oh my god, how I manage these big losses." It's like, what the fuck? I mean, what do you think? There's a reason why we say you should paper trade until you hit at least 75% win rate and 2 profit factor. That's at least. I don't think that's good enough personally. I think I like genuinely that I don't think that's good enough. But like that's the bare minimum. And then okay, cool, you did it on paper, great. Now do that with one share. Okay. You might need an account worth, you know, well, that's true. If you're in America, you can't even pattern day trade with one share. That's asinine. But whatever. Let's say you're out of the US, make this an easier argument. So you trade with one share. Okay, you need a couple $1,000. Just so, if you buy like Adobe or fucking AVGO, that's a couple, it's like, I don't know. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know what the prices are. I guess I can look it up. Stop being lazy. 1257 and I think that was on Adobe actually. 1257 and 621, so close to $2,000. So, yeah, you're going to need a couple $1,000 in your account just to be able to even trade one share on those issues. And yeah, I mean, if you can do that, okay, then go to 2 shares. Okay, you've demonstrated that you can hit those targets on 2 shares. Okay, go to 4. Then go to 6, then 8, then 10. The point is you want to slowly move up. Like, think about it, right? If you go from, okay, I've never traded in my life, to now, oh my god, I'm risking $20,000. What the fuck are you thinking? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. It's quite possibly one of the dumbest things that you can ever imagine. Like, you think that you can just go from working a 9 to 5 where, I don't know, you make $15 to $25 an hour. You know that paycheck's coming in every week, every other week, whatever. To, okay, now I'm ready for a job where I have to risk sizable amounts of capital and just be cool with like looking at my account having like $1,000 loss, but you have to know that that position's coming back. I mean, it might not, and you might have to sell it, sure, but most of the time, it happens to me all the time where I take a position, the market's good, the stock's good, the setup is solid, and it pulls back. Big deal, whatever. It's not a big deal. And then my P&L is negative 1,400. I mean, are you ready for that? I am, because I've been doing this and I progressively led up to this. I didn't just go, oh, I'm hitting all these metrics. I'm ready to just go balls to the walls. Fuck it. I'm raising my risk, max out my whole fucking account, and I can just handle it no problem. Like, what are you? I mean, maybe if you're a sociopath and you have absolutely no emotions, maybe you can do that. But, I'm a normal person. I need money to survive. I'm not equipped to just go, oh yeah, fuck it. Let's buy 10 contracts of every single fucking company I want to trade. Like, what? No. You got to lead up to that. So the fact that you think that you can come into a space where it takes some serious fucking dedication, some serious mental training, like you have to deep dive into your mind to figure out how fundamentally flawed you are as a human being in order to be able to control your emotions in this job. Like, I'm not going to say how big the loss is unrealized in my account right now, but it's pretty big. Like, if I actually no, I can tell you I had something similar to this in 2022. The difference being in 2022, I was not equipped to know I can recover a certain level of loss. Plus, it was completely uncontrolled. So right now, I know that every single position I have a plan for it. I know when I'm going to take a loss, when in time, when in how the chart looks. I know when I'm going to take a loss. I know that whatever the quantity of that loss is, I can recover it. Is it more than what I want it to be? Absolutely. And quite honestly, I think there is some errors in some of the positions I've taken. And I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for how I've conducted it. But with that being said, I've already looked over my plans and I've already adjusted things accordingly to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Now, are you equipped to do that just coming into this job fucking with a head of steam, ready to go? You think that you're just going to go crazy and just make a ton of money? Absolutely not. If anyone is listening to this video and you think that any of the advertisements you see about day trading, swing trading, whatever kind of trading, if you or anything like forex, crypto, which I don't think any of that's something that you should be involved in, but regardless, if you hear this or if you think you're going to come into this space and go, oh yeah, I'm going to work 20 minutes in the morning. I'm going to get up at 9 o'clock, sit in front of my computer at 9:30. At 9:50, I'll have made $500, and I'm going to go golfing. And I'm going to do that every single day that the market's open. If you genuinely believe that, you have an extremely fundamental misunderstanding of how this job works. And I understand why you think that. There is an incredible amount of advertising surrounding this field that makes you think that that's possible. Now, if you've been doing this for 10 years and, you know, you're making thousands of dollars every week, maybe you can say, I can do that. But I can tell you right now that all of the pros that I know who do this, none of them just sit in front of the computer for 20 minutes. Every single one of them I know sits in the front of the computer for at least 6, 7, 8 hours. And I know the market's only open for 6 hours. So on top of that, they're doing analysis outside of market hours on all of these things. This is not something that you can just do as a quick side hustle. This is not something that you can do that's just going to make you some extra cash risk free. It's just not true. So if you are coming into this field, you need to understand that you're not going to make money. You're not going to make money for years. And I would caution anyone that if you do come in and you do not listen to anything I'm saying, and you say, fuck you, I know better, which, guess what? I fucking said at one point. You think I wasn't that guy? I think fundamentally everybody that comes in this field is kind of a dickhead. We all are really smart, and we all think we're smarter than everybody else. That's the reality. Who else would have the balls to go into this? We all think we're fucking geniuses. But the ones that succeed are the ones that are humble enough to realize, or in some cases, lucky enough. Because I was just lucky. I was not humble when I came into this. I was lucky. Lucky that I didn't lose everything. Smart enough to not put everything on the line, but lucky enough to not lose everything. And then lucky enough to find a good community. And then lucky enough to understand what they were saying and figure things out. I think I was lucky. But you can either try to be lucky or you can choose to be smart, realize that you don't know everything, that you are not the next genius to figure this out, that there have been thousands of people before you who have done the same fucking thing that you have. Because guess what? I sit here, I'm now in a position where I help other people with this shit, and they make the same fucking mistakes every fucking day. A new person, by the way, new people make the same damn mistakes every single time. Now, are you going to be that person? Are you going to be the person that gets into the chat room with one option, or you're going to be the person that comes in the Discord with the real day trading people? Are you going to say the same dumb fucking thing that annoys me every single day of the same stupid question? And I say this, and I don't care. And I'll say why. We have guidelines. We have explanations. We have so much written educational content to explain to you, hey, take a step back, relax. You don't need to go all out. Just breathe. Just read things. Just take some time. Do it on paper. You have an interesting idea? Test it out on paper. Give it a go. No risk. There's never a risk in paper trading. So just do that. If you can paper trade successfully for a year, go at the market. Go for it. But you better be able to. So don't be that person. I don't care if you succeed or not, but for your own sake, why wouldn't you want to succeed? You are not the next savant. I promise you. So just take a step back and do things slowly, do things the right way. You're gonna be fine if you do it that way. Are you gonna start a business in a sector you know nothing about? Let's say you were an engineer your whole life. Okay, great. You gonna start a restaurant? You gonna borrow $500,000, start a restaurant? Does that sound like a smart idea? I don't think that sounds like a smart idea. That sounds like a really fucking dumb idea. And then you hire all your friends who also know nothing about running a restaurant. That sounds like the dumbest possible thing you could ever do. And that is exactly what you're doing when you come into trading and you take absolutely no time to educate yourself, to study, to learn anything. That is exactly what you're doing. This is a fucking business. This is not a joke. This is not easy. This is not anything like that. This is hard work. Once you figure it out, once you know everything, once you've made sure that you know what you're doing for years and years and years and years, it becomes easier. It does. I'll say it straight up. It does become easier. The stress never goes away, I can tell you that, because managing losing positions and everything is stressful. But it becomes easier for one simple reason. Because I know that I can make money. So even if I make a mistake, I'm like, it's okay. Let me just look at things, study to figure out how to not make that mistake again, And I know I can make money, so I'm fine. That's why it becomes easier. So do things the right way. Do yourself a favor. If you have a family, if you have kids, my God, do them a favor. And don't think that you're some hotshot, because you're not. And I don't care how much that pisses you off. You should be pissed. Because you should be pissed that you were arrogant enough to believe that you could come into this space with no knowledge. Even if you're a fucking stockbroker, even if you have a Series 7 license, I don't give a fuck. You cannot do this without taking the proper steps first. I don't care. Even if you work for Goldman Sachs on their fucking trade desk, you cannot do this. You need to take the time. And what harm will that do? You really have no value for your own life, for your own finances, that you won't take the time? Anyway, you get the idea. I hope that might motivate you to make the right choices. But regardless, that's what's been on my mind today. So, hope that was helpful.